Inside this room, all of my dreams become realities, and some of my realities become dreams.
All my life I've awaited your coming and dreaded it.
I like them French fried potatoes.
Insanity runs in my family. Practically gallops.
I always have a wonderful time, wherever I am, whomever I'm with.
This can't be happening, man. This isn't happening.
It's happening. We got him. Minnesota Sports Lifer Paulie on the program. Paulie, how you doing?
Doing well. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. The temp's good. Everything's going well. And I want to start with the negative. And I just get it out the way.
Oh,
because this is what I liken the University of Minnesota men's basketball team as. They're kind of like you'll probably remember my 78 lime green Volvo, my first car.
I do remember that car.
Yeah, that was an ugly car, but that was my car, and I love my car. My car had a bit of an issue. That is the gas gauge. You knew you had gas, but really how much did you have? You didn't know. And I liken that to the men's basketball program. This week they got annihilated by Indiana, 77-47. I mean, the worst loss of the year. And I liken it to, I think, the gas tank was actually empty. They didn't know it, but it was.
Yep. Absolutely. You're only playing five guys and, like a half of a sixth. I mean, there's nothing. And eventually they're going to have a game like this. And but I'm not worried about it. I think they know what they've got. I think, the hope is that they can put up a good fight like they did against the Michigans and the Michigan States, and to show up well in the Big Ten tournament and, win a couple, surprise some people maybe. But that's going to be a gauntlet, right? Because they're in the lower half of the league, so they have to play like multiple games. Well, by the second, if they get to a third game, what's left? You've played 2 games in 2 days, and now you're going to go again. And you're right. It's absolutely right. It's just like your Volvo, the boxy Volvo. The gas tank is empty, but we'll see what they've got left. And
they have one more game before then, and I'm really hoping they can somehow find a way of getting their mojo back. Because a loss like that going into it's not what you want.
Right?
Have they given it all? This could be the downhill decline, much like my Volvo, by the way. But can they put a little gas in the tank, turn it around, and then see what they've got to determine? I'm worried that this next game is going to say it all. They lay another egg, I think it's over.
They won't. It's home. It's senior day. I'm not worried about that. I think you're going to see a lot from Bobby Durkin. You're going to see a lot from Cade Tyson. I think they'll be fine in this last game. And they'll end up playing some of the early games against a Northwestern or something. These are teams they can beat these first game or two, and then roll the dice and see what happens. But I still like there's good news on the recruiting side, Al. They've got some good players that are Minnesota based that are staying home for next year. So. I think we're in good hands. I think that's what I take away from this year, and we've got a coach.
And I do. And again, the worst loss of this season, you're like, but they're just out. The tank was empty. Now on the other side, the ladies basketball team. See how we picked it up? How nice it is. Number 4, University of Minnesota Golden Gopher ladies are playing today. This is going to be behind time for some folks when they hear this, so your prognostication may or may not come true by the time they hear it. They take on number 11 Ohio State today at 1:30 in the afternoon. I will be tuned in. They should be able to handle Ohio State. They did already this year. They should be okay.
Yeah. They got the number 4 seed in the tournament, so Ohio State had to knock off one of the lower seeds to get there. You earned yourself a 4 seed in the Big Ten tournament, which Big Ten basketball has 18 teams. So, you earned it. And it's the first time they've earned that kind of a level of seed, in many, many years. So very excited about their prospects here. And I again, harken back to 04-05, it was Lindsay Whalen and Janelle McCarville. They turned this town upside down with a run to the Final Four. Dawn, the coach, she's really good. So
and she's already got recruits. She's got some recruits coming in, Minnesota gals who are going to stick around. That's right. I think you watch out for next year. It's going to be fun. All right, moving over. Other good news. Things are going well. Your Minnesota Wild seem to be playing pretty well now. The problem is Dallas Stars are winning 10 in a row. The folks ahead of us are tough, but didn't we beat the Avalanche the other day?
We did. We beat the Avalanche, and then we beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, which we notoriously have a hard time with. But you know, East Coast Power, they came in here and we thumped them pretty good. They're beating good teams too. So this is all boding really well for the Wild for a good seed in the Stanley Cup playoffs. They might, you know, they've made a couple of other moves. We've got some other bodies coming in. So Bill Guerin is not standing pat. Very excited about the end of the season and then the possible run. We're not having an Olympic hangover here. You know, guys have stepped right back into it, and we're winning some games. So it's been good.
Your thoughts on that, just real quick. So you go off to Milan, Italy, and by the way, it's in France next time. It's the same country. No one can tell the two apart. Anyway, goes there next time. You're playing, and you're becoming buds with these guys, right? You're all chummy. We're USA. Are you checking the living heck out of your buddy the next game when you get a shot at the boards? Is there a Olympic hangover in that? I kind of like him. We're buddies now. You know, is there any of that, or we're right back at it again?
That's a good question. I think, you know, checking into the boards is one thing, but you know, the real sign that it's all over is when you maybe pick a fight. So a check is one thing, but you know, if it's like now it's going down, Mr. Tkachuk, right? So
that's what we should have. We should have a fight checker for those that were on the Olympic team. And every time those guys meet up, we put it on there. See how long this truce stays. I'd be interested to see.
Yeah, well, you know, that's your MMA talking. That's you don't want.
Hey,
you don't want.
Don't want that. We have MMA coming to the White House on 4th of July or something like that. It's going to be fantastic.
No, the first part is true. They are coming to the White House. The second part, being fantastic, is not true.
Well, they haven't put out the lineup. They haven't put the lineup out yet. You're correct, but we'll get the scorecard.
I don't want the government run by professional wrestling.
All right. So here's what we got to do: is you and I got to set up I don't know what July 4th is this year. We're going to set up a party, a big watch party, so we can watch the MMA, have some cocktails.
You watch MMA?
I love watching MMA. Only when it's free. You know what? I won't spend money on it, which makes me bad, but I don't care who wins right away. But then they show up later in your reels and stuff. Oh, I love watching it. Absolutely. I think it'd be deadly if I got in shape.
And why do you want to invite me to this?
Because we'd have fun. It's going to be the 4th of July party.
You'd have fun. You'd have fun. Why would you invite me to something?
I'd have fun watching you squirm.
Oh, I can think of a lot of things I'd rather do. Put my nails.
Oh, I'll bet you don't remember this, but I remember this distinctly because this was like 30 years ago. We went to a guy weekend, you, I, and our two buddies, and we actually watched. But the MMA fighting was different back then. They had where everybody was in the same weight class. Oh, what was the name of the guy who always won? The little guy, he was a jiu-jitsu guy, and he'd go through the whole thing. His whole family were jiu-jitsu guys. We watched that one guy weekend. I remember you hating it. We sat there having beverages, watching MMA wrestling, and you hated it.
Yeah, well, some things never change, and I hated it then, and I hate it now, and the world would be better without it.
How would we know who's the greatest in the cage if we didn't have MMA? We'd never know that.
You know what? You go in the cage. You like it so much, go get beat up.
Royce Gracie. Royce Gracie was the name of the guy. See, I knew it would come back 30 years ago. Okay, one last thing before. You can be disappointed in me, Paul. You always are. I get it. I'm the Neanderthal to your...
Sometimes, not always.
I'm the Neanderthal to your Renaissance man. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. We got one last thing. Lou Holtz passed at 89 years old. And keep saying this. He was my father-in-law's guy. He, really? You know, my father was a Catholic, and he's wanted to go, and he loved Notre Dame, and he came to Minnesota for a while, so we had Lou Holtz, and then he went to Notre Dame. My father, that's fine. It's Notre Dame. It's better than us, the whole state. I followed Lou Holtz ever since I met my father-in-law because he was a Lou Holtz guy, and Lou Holtz was a class guy. Your thoughts on the death of 89-year-old Lou Holtz?
Well, just bigger than life personality. There's a lot of people who've been on talking about his influence on their lives and stuff. And he wrote some books. He's motivational speaker and all of that. And we were lucky to have him here. He made us relevant pretty quick in the '86. And but and people held it, as Minnesotans do, hold it against him when he leaves. But he was very clear. It's like, this is the one job I'd probably would leave for, and he got the offer. So he went to Notre Dame and won the national championship there. Just interesting guy, and I think it was cool that we had him for a little bit, but I'm not going to hold it against him that he went to his dream job.
See, I think that's where you and I get along the game. Minnesota was not as his all-ender here, wasn't it? He wanted Notre Dame. He got it. Okay, good for you. You made your dream. It's kind of like Kirk Cousins. We weren't going to pay him. Atlanta's going to pay him, so he goes there. No hard feelings. Sam Darnold, right? He wanted $100 million. You're like, we're not giving you $100 million. Well, somebody did, and he won a Super Bowl. I can't hate these people for that.
No, not at all. Not at all. So good on you. And but he was in failing health for a little while, so everybody knew it was coming. And a good run, and just when he was on the broadcast too in college football, he was interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
He made it really colorful. So it's tough to lose those personalities.
Yeah, well, everybody seems to come back around. Slow-mo, Kyle Anderson's back. Mike Conley's back. Kirk Cousins may be back. Well, Lou Holtz isn't coming back. That isn't my... All right, we'll be back after... Again, disappointment on Paul's face. More after this.
At LGH Wealth Management, our mission is to create financial empowerment through independent, personalized, and authentic financial planning. That means meeting you where you are and helping you get where you want to go. Whether you're a business owner planning for growth, succession, or a future sale, or a hardworking individual looking to get ahead, reduce stress, and tackle life's financial challenges, we're here to help. From retirement planning and investment management to tax-efficient strategies, estate planning, and risk management, LGH Wealth delivers comprehensive guidance you can trust. Call LGH Wealth Management today at 507-525-7324. That's 507-525-7324. Securities offered through J.W. Cole Financial Incorporated, JWC, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through J.W. Cole Advisors Incorporated, JWCA. Lubeck Geisler Ham Wealth Management Incorporated and JWC JWCA are unaffiliated entities.
Don't need to ask him his opinion more than once. Al Travis on the Al Travis Show.
And we've got him, a Minnesota Sports Lifer, Paulie, on the program. If the University of Minnesota men's basketball team is like my lime green 78 Volvo, then the Minnesota Timberwolves are very much like my prom dates in high school, and you'll agree with me. You don't know who's going to show up, Paul, on any given date. You just don't. You're going to just nod. It's radio.
Yeah. Boy, you're really taking me back now.
But here's my point. The team that showed up yesterday against the Raptors is the team I want to go to prom with.
Yeah.
I will go to prom with you. The fact they had to fight to beat the Grizzlies is not the person I want to go to the prom with. How do we get good prom gal to show up for me every game? I keep tying it together, Paul. The problem with Paul is he's seeing the girls I dated in high school.
I can't say it out loud. I can't.
Don't use names. I'd be sued.
I know.
But am I wrong?
Keep
showing up.
I share the concern, and I think the team thinks, and it's probably coming down from Ant, who's the leader of the team, is that you can just flip the switch and that you can turn it on when you need to turn it on, and only in the playoffs or only against good teams. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's sustainable, because if you let a game go by out of effort, guess what? That might be the game that would have turned the tide in a series. So I'm really worried about that. And you know, you never heard about the greats ever doing that. Michael Jordan never took that game off, right? I mean,
I used that yesterday,
and then he'd sit, but they didn't let him hang around. So
I used that yesterday, the day before. I said, the difference between the greats, Michael Jordan got mad if everyone wasn't trying hard every play on every game. Didn't matter if it was a crap team. We're going to go. It's practice for us. He got mad. Ant, as far as I can tell, is the leader of the, you know what, we better try. It's the third quarter. We're kind of down guy. And I don't like it at all.
No, I don't either. And I worry that's gonna bite him. And you know, here's the thing. The bar has been raised here in this town. 2 straight Western Conference finals appearances. Don't go backwards. 2, don't go 3 to the Western Conference finals and not make the finals. The bar is higher. Get to the finals and win a title. And you don't do that by just like sleepwalking through a couple of games here. So I'm very concerned. I share that with you.
This is going to sound.
Agreeing with you.
I know. I love that, especially with the analogy of my high school dates. I love that you agree with me on that. Here's what we need to do. So we get the guys on the team bus, all the regular players, all these young kids, and then we get like Grand Casino. You know those little buses that they bring the old folks with to go to the casino? We bring one of those with the extra Minnesota Timberwolves. Mike Conley, Kyle Slow-Mo Anderson, who's back, Joe Ingles, who's he's there.
Floor.
Yeah. So we have the bus of the guys getting all pumped up, and then those guys can come on the little adult bus that shows up later to be at the game. That's what I'm thinking. That'd be a good promo for the casino as well.
Yeah, there you go. It's all about getting the sponsorship for the outside of the bus.
I'm just saying that I get it. I like Mike Conley. I like Slow-Mo. I like him. Joe Ingles, who doesn't like him? He sits there, he's smiling all the time. He gets to throw the ball in once in a while, and he enjoys himself. I like all these guys. But name another team that's got the team and then the senior section that they bring with them. I don't know of many other teams loaded with old.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I don't know.
Roll.
But, there's little roles they've got. But I do worry that the length of the season, and then you get into playoffs, and if you win a couple series now that your season got that much longer on some old knees, or there's a lot of mileage on Ant right now. He's a young guy, but his knees don't feel good, I'm sure, with all of the beating that he takes. So I'm worried. It's the flip the switch that I just really worry about.
I think Mike Conley can help Ant with that. I really do, because I think Ant listens to Conley, so I think there's some real good reason there. But I think the rest of the team probably gets tired of Joe Ingles talking about how they have to stop the game to get the ball out of the basket, the bucket, I think they get tired of hearing that one. It's a good story, but it doesn't really work anymore with today's kids.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know, but it's the home stretch. They're in the third spot. Let's go get them
20 games.
Yeah. I don't know if they can catch San Antonio, but it's third place. That's a good spot to be. So
I think that's great that you brought up, because catching San Antonio, get that out of your head. I think San Antonio is going to overtake Oklahoma City. I think the way they're playing currently, 9-1 in the last 10. Oklahoma City had some injuries. Watch out for San Antonio be on the top. I don't think 8.5 games we can make up to catch Oklahoma City in 20 games. I don't think that's it. I think we'd be happy to stay at 3. and not be overtaken by Houston or the Nuggets. That'd be good.
Right. That's the key. Stay at 3 if you can. So,
yeah.
But they play really good teams coming up. They play Detroit. They play Boston. It's going to be tough. So
yeah. Oh, and luckily you can watch all the games because I believe all of these good teams will make our good guys show up. That's a good thing.
Fair, yeah, we played better. We played at the level of competition. That's true.
Paul, I love having the Sports Lifer on the program. Thank you for coming in, my boy. Always a pleasure.
All right. You bet. My pleasure. See you.
Minnesota Sports Lifer on the Al Travis Show.
Chanhassen Dinner Theaters proudly presents Guys and Dolls.